We try to do something that had never been done before. Our thesis was that there's enough data in the public domain and there's enough technology infrastructure that if one really put the best brains in technology together with the best data that was available, that we'd be able to develop better models and better systems for making decisions than had ever been created before. And that's what, in fact, we've done. So they are very complex. We use some top people with, we've got multiple PhDs on the team in the appropriate disciplines. And what we do is build data models that are, really cutting edge and put technology on top of that has been theoretical until now and hasn't been used in live credit decisioning. And that's what we do. So, we've built the first completely automated risk management system ever deployed certainly in the US, UK, or any other market that we've been able to look at. What is critical to us is that we only make money when customers pay us back. Which sounds kind of obvious, but it's not obvious at all. When you look at the credit markets historically, most providers make money when people default, when they can't pay them back. So credit card companies don't make money if you're paying them back at the end of the month in full. They make money when you don't do that. Banks don't make money when you keep your current account in balance. It's free, but there's free current account bank. Yeah, they make money when you go into overdraft and then take overdraft late fees, etc., etc. So most, the payday lenders make money when they roll people over. So we had a very simplistic objective in the beginning, which was to align ourselves with our customers and say, you know what, we are going to try and make the best selection decisions that we can. And you know what, we're only going to make money when people actually pass back. And Wonga is in some ways like a black cab in London. It's a hugely convenient service. It's really fast. It serves a short-term need for people from time to time. And we're not trying to make this a lifetime habit for people. This isn't the tube in the transport analogy. So this is a different kind of product. It's not about being inexpensive. It's about providing a great service that customers really like, and our customers feel like it's good value for money. And we do a lot of surveying on that, and we've had very, very strong feedback. One of the ways that we also thought about this industry was that there's just so little flexibility in it as a consumer, and that's one of the other alternatives we wanted to provide to people. Was flexibility. Was if you need £111 for the next 10 days or for the next 7 days, why can't you borrow £111 for 7 days? Well, on Wonga you can, for the first time ever. And so we didn't force people to take minimums like the banks do. So if you go to a traditional high street bank, it's £3,000 or £4,000 for 12 months is where a personal loan starts, for example. So one of the core kind of guiding principles for Wonga was really making this work around the consumer, around yourself. So what do you need right now and how do we solve it? And so the £200 is really a maximum for first-time borrowers. As you come back, it goes higher and gets to £750 over time. And how we fixed it is interesting. The £750, relates to the kind of problem we're trying to help people solve. So we're not trying to help people solve endemic debt problems. We haven't got a solution for that problem, unfortunately. So where we can step in and help, and where we add a lot of value to our customers' lives, is in helping solve small short-term cash flow problems that occur from time to time. So typically people use us to pay for a car for when a car breaks down, a boiler breaks, there's a holiday that they last minute holiday with their friends that they want to go on. And so those are different kind of problems, and generally £750 is an amount that can help people solve those particular kinds of problems. So we are fortunate that we had some great people who had come before us on the web who had figured out how to do that also. And we learned a lot from the Googles of this world. And I think one of the core things we learned was that simplicity is good, simple English is good. When you look at Wonga, it's not cluttered. We tell people things exactly the way it is. We don't take any more data than we need to. We don't take less than we need to. We explain why we need it in English. We go out of our way just to be seriously transparent and help people as much as possible. And I think people respond to that by trusting in return. So we feel like we have to earn that trust every day. And we go out there and try and earn that trust every day. And so far that's worked well for us. We always try to get the funds back. And that's really important on a number of levels. Primarily, it's a system based on trust. And the only way we can afford to provide the service at the price levels that we do and the flexibility that we provide and the speed that we provide, that all cost money, right? The only way we can do that is if the vast majority of people pay us back. The way the pricing works is that at 60 days late, we stop accruing interest, and that just because it becomes less collectible at a certain point and it becomes more difficult to manage, and our objective isn't to put somebody into more debt than they could handle. We've been very fortunate in the sense that there is a lot of natural demand for the service we're providing. So we do online marketing, so that people can find us if they're going to Google and searching for short-term cash. But in general, we've been very modest with our marketing and very modest on traffic acquisition, and we've always had more customers than we can service. So we've never really focused very heavily on customer acquisition. And the sign of a really compelling product is when people are prepared to tell their friends about it and their family members. And we see a lot of word of mouth. I mean, we track that in a number of different ways. And word of mouth is by far our most powerful acquisition tool. And that's not so much about clever viral campaigns. It's about delivering a great service. One needs to be able to thrill most of your customers as often as possible so they want to talk about your service and let people know about it. And one also needs to manage what happens when people have less positive experiences. And we've got a great customer services team, and we spend a lot of time trying to help customers through issues that they may have that are most of the time unrelated to Wonga specifically, but life issues. And we try and respond the best that we can. We've got a large number of customers at this stage, so we're just trying to do the best job we can to do that. And both from a business point of view and because as human beings, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to improve the world here. We're not trying to we're trying to help people when they get into difficulty. Very unusual among startups is that from very early on, we started supporting Kiva, which provides small loans, interest-free, to entrepreneurs in the developing world. And Wonga is now the second biggest group giver on Kiva, ahead of Microsoft. We're off Microsoft to number 3 last week, actually. So we're as a small startup, we're already giving more than Microsoft, more than Google, on Kiva. And we spend a lot of money, and we've made a commitment to our customers that for every loan that they pay back on Wonga, we provide £1 interest-free loans to entrepreneurs in the developing world. That's another thing we're really proud of. So what we're trying to do is do the right thing. We're trying to help people around the world. We're trying to provide a really great service here and solve problems for UK consumers, and at the same time provide enough information for people, as much information as we can that's useful, that helps them manage their own finances as smartly as possible. The kind of supermarket approach to providing hundreds of financial services products and trying to sell them as vigorously as one can to their customer base is broken. And so I think there's a real need in the UK to transform that model and think about how to provide the kinds of services that banks have been providing in a way that makes much more sense for consumers. And I think that goes to the heart of payments, to the heart of credit, to the heart of a lot of the core functions of banks that I think as a society we want to start questioning and asking, why is it that we rely on an oligopoly of banks to provide? And I think those questions are starting to be asked, and some of the answers are going to be pretty interesting, I think. mobiles and internet is a way to go. I mean, I think that's how consumers more and more are accessing information and are transacting. And so I think it would be people who think that consumers want to go into bank branches and have long conversations with bank managers and fill out forms, I think are misguided. But so we're big believers in making financial services available to customers where it's convenient for them. And that's convenience today, we think, is on the handset and on your laptop and on your PC. And the market will speak on that.